Welcome to the video, everybody. My name is Brandon, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my story on how I learned to invest. Because, it wasn't too long ago that I was up till 4 a.m., playing Call of Duty with my friends. I could have given a rat's ass what was going on in the stock market, how the Dow was performing. For those of you who don't know, I actually became fully licensed by the age of 20. I began my industry studies back in 2013, and I'm currently working full-time at an investment firm, which we'll talk about later. So my experiences will definitely be different than yours. I know that you guys are probably not looking to actually work in the investment industry, but I did want to share with you guys my exact story, the courses that I've taken, where I've gained my experience, and hopefully, you can pick apart my story and incorporate that into your own investing journeys. So if that's something that interests you guys, feel free to stick around. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And most importantly, I hope you guys all enjoy the video. So like I said, I began studying the investment industry back in 2013. And if you want to get your license here in Canada, there's a variety of courses and exams that you have to take and pass in order to get your certification. All of the courses that I've taken have been through what's called the Canadian Securities Institute, or CSI. And the first course that I ever took when it came to investing was called the CSC, right? The Canadian Securities Course. And I have my old textbook here. This is a course that kind of is just an overview of the investment industry. You cover things like, mutual funds, bonds, very entry level. I believe the equivalent to this in the US is called the Series 7, but don't quote me on that. I do have my little certification right over here. Not sure if you guys can see this, but this is my little certification that kind of hangs on the wall. That's probably a terrible blurry clip, I apologize. I've completed what's called the CPH, which is the Conduct and Practices Handbook. This is a course that was much more focused on, the laws and regulations regarding the investment industry. We've got the WME, the Wealth Management Essentials. This is another one of the requirements that you need to get your license here in Canada. Are these courses worth it? Let me start off by saying, they're expensive. I'd say on average that one of these courses would probably run you, somewhere along the lines of $1,000, and that would be, including the textbook, the study material, the exam. I took them because it was part of the plan, the process of me becoming an investment advisor. For the average investor, I would say there's absolutely no need to take a course like this. It's great, entry-level knowledge. I definitely benefited from taking these courses, but, as with many courses, if you guys are in college or you've taken any courses throughout your life, I'd say that about, 80%, 70 to 80% of the stuff that you learn in these courses are not applicable, right? You will not use them in your daily lives. I think of some, specific examples, throughout these courses, you're asked to memorize formulas and calculations. And, for an advisor, sure, it's good to know. It's good to know, the back end, the behind the scenes stuff to really get a good understanding of how these formulas work. But for the average investor, you are never going to be asked to calculate like the Sharpe ratio on an investment, right? It's 2018. You have all that information available for you. You just Google it, use Yahoo Finance. So all in all, I'd say when it comes to the courses, they're definitely beneficial. If you have the money and you're interested in kind of learning what an advisor would learn, definitely, it wouldn't hurt to take them, but not necessary at all. So guys, I'm sitting here in our office. This is where I work full time. It's been about 3 years now. It's our little family run office just outside of Vancouver, BC. And honestly, this is where the bulk of my experience has come from. So my boss, aka my dad, he's been an advisor for, I believe, over 25 years. He's been the greatest mentor I could have ever imagined. And I'd say that 80 to 90% of what I know when it comes to investing was taught by him and what I've learned from work. Every day we're managing our clients' portfolios, placing trades, rebalancing the portfolios. A huge component of my role here at the firm is providing the research that we do for the stocks that we own, the stocks that we use. Luckily enough for me, at our firm, we deal almost entirely with individual securities. So a lot of investment advisors, especially if you're dealing with an advisor at the bank, the likelihood is that they're primarily going to be using mutual funds. And not that there's anything wrong with using mutual funds, but the experience that I've got to deal with personally, using individual securities has been an absolute blessing. Not to mention that, as biased as this may seem, I do believe that my dad is one of the best advisors out there. And that's kind of why I created this channel. I wanted to share with you guys, the tips and strategies that I've learned learned over the years, pass along some of the knowledge that I now have, and hopefully help you guys become better investors. Of course, every day for the past number of years, I've been listening to podcasts, reading books. Part of my daily routine every night is to listen to at least one podcast, whether that's The Motley Fool, Canadian Couch Potatoes, one that I really like, even listening to something like Mad Money with Jim Cramer. Just doing the best that you can to surround yourself and kind of engulf yourself in the investment industry. Throw on Bloomberg in the background, your body starts to absorb. It's all part of this learning process, right? The terminology, all that stuff, it really does rub off. So guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the video today. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, like I said, guys, leave them below. I get to all the comments and questions on this channel. And if you're not already subscribed, I post a new video every Monday, so subscribe. And I thank you guys all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.